It's too
like a
much going on.
lot.
Is the moon full? It was full last week, so maybe it's not full no more. I don't know how that works.
Something is going on tonight.
Is Mars in retrograde? Mars is always in retrograde. It's like my husband cheated. Mars must be in retrograde.
Man, hopefully, some good news. Well, shall I say it? Because I don't want to jinx it. But I think she left.
Oh, you're upstairs.
The lady upstairs. So
the lady upstairs. That's what they start calling it. Greetings, strangers. I'm Britt.
And I'm Dee.
Welcome to another episode of
It's a Strange World After All.
Y'all, I got a ponytail and I don't know how to act. It's not even a puff no more, y'all. I've graduated from puff right now. It's like an actual tail of a pony. The podcast where we discuss true crime cases, the supernatural, urban legends, conspiracy theories, and all of the things that keep the world strange. What's up, D? Sorry. That was so gross. I'm sorry I got allergies.
Is it allergies?
Oh, yes, it is allergies. Y'all stop.
Okay.
It's allergies. I've taken like 3 COVID tests in the past 2 weeks. So yes, it is just allergies. All negative.
I didn't mean that.
Oh, what the hell? Was you insinuating that I did like cocaine or something like that?
No.
Oh.
I would never.
I was sniffling. You thought I was crying?
No, because sometimes, for me, when I smoke, it does kind of
mess with your allergies. I said allergies. I didn't say what.
Okay.
You always trying to put somebody on blast. You remember that one time you was drunk and fell asleep in the alley?
Wait, did that actually happen?
No, that's just you, girl. You eating a donut? I thought you said you was on the diet. Whoa. The nerve.
Because you talking about diet, so I was like, speaking of, you was killing those Cheez-Its.
I'm not on a diet right now, though. I never said I was on a diet.
But you were you spent all that time working out this morning.
It's
and now you're eating cheese.
First of all, cheese is made with 100% real cheese. It has 0 grams of sugar. Let me see. It's got protein in it. We good. And I only ate half the bag.
Okay. And I'm sitting up here talking my diet is trash.
The nerve.
I just eat whatever I want to eat.
I was going to say sometimes, because I haven't ate dinner, so I bet as soon as we get off this recording, I'm going to probably eat Taco Bell. Or Taco Bueno.
I don't know what I'm about to eat. I didn't eat dinner either, so I might put this pizza in the oven.
Oh, yeah. Do that.
Or just go to sleep.
Or you
have sleep for dinner.
That's typically what I like to have for dinner. What do you have for dinner? I'll have some sleep. Some sleep and a box of wine.
Lord, we already off topic and we ain't even started. We did this the last episode. I was about to say,
people we didn't come here for this. What if it's someone's first time listening and they're like, I thought this was a true crime. Bitch, I don't know your life. I don't want to hear about your life. Okay.
That is hilarious. Okay. In today's episode, we discuss the concept of reincarnation. Reincarnation, also known as rebirth or transmigration, is the philosophical or religious concept that the non-physical essence of a living being begins a new life in a different physical form or body after biological death.
And today we are talking about reincarnation specifically as it pertains to children. So I don't know. They have plenty videos about those kids that are really young, And they
Oh, yeah.
can remember.
There was a show that used to come on Lifetime.
Yeah, they claim to remember their past lives. What show?
I forgot the name of it, but it was about kids that were reincarnated.
I was about to say, touched by an angel. I don't know.
No, that was not Lifetime.
I don't know, man.
But yeah, they would interview the kids and they would tell their stories. It was a good show.
Okay. Yeah, it was a pretty cool concept. Do we want to say whether or not we believe in it before the episode, before we start, or after?
Maybe after.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll save it. Some younger children, often between the ages 2 and 5, speak about memories of a life that they claim to have previously lived. They may show behaviors like phobias and have specific preferences that are peculiar. That word, peculiar. For someone their age, so again, ages 2 to 5, and cannot be explained by any current life events. These memories are almost always consistent with someone who died before they were born. So someone is deceased and their soul is sucked out of their body, and then
or
however that works. Yeah, that's what I'm explaining. And they believe that person is now that 2 to 5-year-old. Now that kid.
Some of these children will have birthmarks or birth defects that are consistent with wounds or other marks on the deceased person whose life they remember. In a number of cases, postmortem reports have confirmed these correspondences. Some older children may retain memories of their past life, but these memories seem to fade around age 7.
For the past 2 decades, Dr. Jim Tucker, the director of the Division of Perceptual Studies, has focused on the majority of cases within the United States. His book, Return to Life, offers accounts of American cases in which young children can vividly remember their past life. The 2 most well-known cases featured in Dr. Tucker's book is James Leninger, a young boy who remembered being a World War II pilot, and Ryan Hammonds, who remembered being an extra in Hollywood and a talent agent. Those are some good past lives. Some well accomplished past lives.
James Leninger was born April 10th, 1998 to parents Bruce and Andrea Leninger in the San Francisco Bay Area. Shortly after, the family moved to Dallas, Texas, then to Lafayette, Louisiana, where James grew up. When James was about 2 years old, he would start having vivid night terrors that would leave him screaming and crying in his sleep.
James's parents would walk in to witness him lying on his back, kicking and punching towards the ceiling. It appeared as if he was trapped somewhere and trying to escape. He would shout things like airplane crash, plane on fire, little man can't get out. When Andrea, his mom, asked him who the little man on the plane was, James said that it was him. He said that James was the one trapped and that he had a pilot friend named Jack Larson.
So was he, this is a serious question, was he a little person?
No, I don't.
Oh.
Oh, no. So he's saying, so James is saying there's a little man on the plane, but James is saying, oh, you know what? He's not a little person, but I took this to mean, and I could be wrong, that at first it wasn't as if James knew that he was the pilot, but that maybe he was almost seeing him like an imaginary friend type thing. So he's saying like he was imagining saving himself. I don't know.
I was almost with you.
Like, okay, so this is the pilot saying this. This is the person that's dead is the one actually maybe saying airplane crash, plane on fire, little man can't get out. Or he could just be talking about a kid. That's probably the easier explanation. Maybe a kid Well, no, because he was a World War II. So yeah,
He was a pilot.
yeah, he was a World War II pilot, not like a commercial pilot. So
Yeah.
yeah, maybe he was saying this as if he thought he needed to save little James.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Okay. A little bit. A little bit.
I don't know though. I could be wrong. That's how I took it though.
Okay.
And then he has a pilot friend named Jack Larson, whoever that is.
On top of the night terrors, James had an obsession with different World War II aircrafts and propellers. He knew certain details about them that no toddler should be able to even comprehend. One day while he was playing, James told Andrea, "Mama, before I was born, I was a pilot and my airplane got shot in the engine and crashed in the water, and that's how I died." Kids are creepy.
It's pretty specific.
Because that is specific. Can you imagine your child telling you something like that out of the blue?
I'd just be like, let's unpack that. Let's talk. Let's have some more conversations. I think it's really cool.
Say what now? Yeah. Yeah, it is, but it's creepy too.
It is a bit creepy. I was going to say, as long as he wasn't like fucking, what's his name? Charles Manson, or like a murderer, like John Wayne Gacy or something like that. Like
or Jack the Ripper.
Yeah, somebody that's like, yeah, I killed 100 men. Not in this life, you won't. James would also draw World War II battle scenes and give his G.I. Joe dolls strange yet realistic names, prompting his dad, Bruce, to start an investigation into whose memories his son was experiencing. So at this time, when he's like about 3, 4, and he's like naming his G.I. Joe Cleophas Rutherford. Cleophas Rutherford McJameson. And like, after extensive research, he found that his son could be the reincarnation of a Navy pilot, James Houston Jr. Same name, James.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. The late James Jr. was an American fighter pilot who was killed in action during World War II on March 3rd, 1945. The 21-year-old Navy pilot was on a mission over the Pacific Ocean when his plane was shot down by Japanese artillery. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah. James's story of reincarnation became one of the most publicized ones in the United States. His parents wrote a book about it entitled Soul Survivor, The Reincarnation of a World War II Fighter Pilot, and he has been featured on various TV programs. I wonder if he was on that Lifetime show.
Which one?
The one that I was talking about in the beginning.
Do you remember the name? You still don't remember the name?
No. What if it's just called Reincarnation? But I used to watch it all the time because it had that little boy on there who said he was a black woman. Little white boy said he was a black woman.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah,
She
like he
lived in,
died
like,
in the she died in the Chicago fire.
Yeah, yep.
Yeah. Today, at the age of 22, James is still residing in Louisiana. He still believes that he is James Houston Jr. reincarnated because he has something left to do in this world. So he still remembers, because it says normally that they forget at around the age of like 7.
Yeah.
Unless his parents told him.
They did. What? Tell him what happened?
Yeah.
They probably did tell him what, or like, they probably talk about it. But I think too, maybe he remembers that he remembered or had those memories, but they're not as vivid as they were.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, like when he was a kid. I think that could be a possibility. But
yeah,
it's pretty cool. That's James's story. So we'll do Ryan Hammonds. Ryan Hammonds is the second kid in Dr. Tucker's book. So
okay.
Ryan Hammonds was born in Oklahoma. That's the only thing I know. I don't think I've ever watched that musical. I just know Oklahoma.
What musical is that?
Oklahoma. I think there was a remake in what's his name? What's Wolverine's name? Jack Wolverine.
Oh,
Him. He was
Hugh
in it.
Jackman.
Hugh
Yeah.
Jackman, yeah. He
Yeah.
was in it. But anyway. Ryan Hammonds was born in Oklahoma and was around 4 years old when he would start directing imaginary movies and shouting action whenever he saw a camera. He began waking up in the middle of the night, screaming, clutching his chest, and saying that he dreamt his heart exploded when he was in Hollywood.
Exploded.
Exploded. Exploded.
That's intense.
That is intense. I wonder if he could feel it. Oh, well, they say he was clutching at his chest.
Yeah.
In my reincarnation research, they were saying that they can remember, of course, how they died, but also remember what it felt like. So maybe he was having dreams where he remembered what it felt like for whatever happened to him. So maybe he was shot in the chest or whatever. And that's why he's saying his heart exploded. Yeah. So maybe he can feel it. I don't know if I want all that. So if I was reincarnated, I wanted to be like, she died in her sleep. Effie Mae, she just died in her sleep.
Yeah.
She was a stripper in like the 1930s.
What? Why she gotta be a stripper?
I don't know. That's who I want to be. I don't know. Oh, what if I was Josephine Baker? That'd be cool.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Ryan truly felt that Hollywood was his real home. One night when he was 5 years old, he told his mom, "Mama, I think I used to be someone else." That's probably how he said it. What you don't hate on me because I got the chops. You wanted me to be like, "Mama, I used to be someone else." No, he came up to her. He said, "Mama." He held her face. "Mama, I think I used to be." Oh yeah, they Oklahoma. "Mama, I used to be someone else." Listen to me. Look at me. This is not a game.
Yeah, I don't think I could handle that if my kid. I'm gonna just throw the whole kid away.
Yeah, it just confirms, which I mean, we're into this sort of stuff, so like it'd be cool if to know that this stuff exists, but like for it to be your kid and it's like, hold up, bruh. I don't know you, and like I know you, but I don't know you. You've lived, you done been here before.
That's funny because, Black folks, they always say that about kids. That baby done been here before.
That baby done been here before.
And they probably have. Ryan remembered living in a big house with a swimming pool and had 3 sons, but he couldn't remember their names. When his stories about Hollywood didn't stop, his mom began to help him figure out who he was. They both went through every book about filming they could find in their local library. And I didn't say library.
Yeah, I think I would be library, February, Pacific. I think that's cool. I think that's pretty cool that the mom encouraged him though. Like was like, okay, let's get to the root of this, the bottom of this.
Instead of just go play.
Right. And he probably telling the truth, probably because he said he couldn't remember his kid's name. What dad? You got 3 kids. Most dads are just like, hey. Because he could have easily just made some up. He could have just easily
that's true.
said some names.
That's true.
But he was like, no, I don't remember. I was in Hollywood living my best life. I don't remember.
Wait, are you saying he was a deadbeat?
He was a deadbeat. Ma'am, your son Ryan is a deadbeat extra. He wasn't even like he was an extra in Hollywood.
Dang.
One day, Ryan found a black and white still from the 1932 movie Night After Night. He then identified himself as Marty Martin. The best name I've ever heard. Marty Martin. From then on, Ryan would start seeing child psychiatrist Jim Tucker, who researches claims of past lives.
Marty Martin was born as Morris Kalinsky in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania in 1903. Marty took up the stage name Marty Martin and appeared in a Broadway production called Gay Paris in 1925.
Gay Patty. I watched that. What happened in Gay Paris?
He was a part of one movie, Night After Night. Marty moved to Los Angeles with the hopes of making it big. He passed away on December 25th, 1964, while residing in Beverly Hills at the age of 61. He suffered from leukemia, but his cause of death was identified as a cerebral hemorrhage. So I wonder, why was he saying that his heart exploded? Or is this the same story?
Oh, that's okay. I was about to say, what's a cerebral hemorrhage? What's that? Isn't that like considered an aneurysm, or is it like a stroke?
That's
It's
what I'm
considered
thinking,
a
like
stroke.
an aneurysm.
Okay, because yeah, it's uncontrolled bleeding of the brain, which can be like a result of a leaky or burst blood vessel.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know. Maybe that's just what death felt. I don't know. Maybe that's what it felt like to
Maybe.
him. I don't know.
And then he's a kid, so maybe that's what it feels like when your heart stops. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, maybe. Ryan Hammonds and his family traveled to California to explore the area and met with Marty Martin's biological daughter in the hopes that it would help Ryan separate his two lives. Marty's daughter was reluctant at first, but after hearing Ryan's facts about her father, including the fact that he had 3 sons, she was able to confirm that they were all true. So yeah, she was able to confirm that they were true. What if somebody close to you like passed away and then came up and was just like, "Hey, I'm your mom." Like, you know what I mean? Like, "Hey, I
Yeah.
am."
Man, I don't even know. Like, you can't say how you would react until it actually happens, because I honestly don't know what I would do.
I know, right? I'd be like, "Can I move in with you guys? Just hang out with my mom or my dad for a little bit." I definitely babysit for sure.
Oh, yeah, probably. After meeting Marty's daughter, Ryan told his mom that her energy has changed. Ryan said, "I don't want to go back to Hollywood. I always want to keep this family." In the weeks following, he would speak less and less about Marty and his past life.
Marty Mar. So he kind of just faded away.
Yeah,
Faded Marty Mar away. I wonder what was it about her energy.
that's a good question. What? I don't know.
Not unless she was just so scared.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Or
Yeah,
maybe
that
she
makes
just wasn't
sense.
as welcoming. Yeah, as welcoming as he thought. Okay, and this leads us to our last reincarnation tale of the episode, which was recommended to us by Ezekiel Elliott, aka Big Boy,
The disrespect.
aka the Sean, aka Big Beard Boss.
Oh, dang.
You know, that was a compliment though. Big beards, Big Beard Boss.
How? You know he's struggling.
That's why I was boosting him up. I was giving him confidence.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I think on Instagram it's like Greedy Grove Boss because he ratchet, but this he
Why are you lighting your uncle up like this? What did he do to you?
I'm gonna tell you one thing about me. If if I'm not being like this with you, I just don't care. I'm typically like this with people that I love. I talk shit to people that I love. So.
We all do. That's just
But
how our
yeah.
family is.
Yes.
Yeah. But he's my brother, her uncle.
Yes.
So thank you, Deshaun, or boss, whichever.
Thanks. Whatever. Oh, he's also a twin. There are twins that don't look
Oh,
like twins.
yeah.
So
They're
he's the younger twin.
fraternal twins.
Yes.
Yes.
Let's get into it. The Pollock twins were English girls who are often referenced as proof of reincarnation. Their parents were John and Florence Pollock, and they lived in Hexham, England. Is this the same place for the Hexham heads?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Got you. Pending, coming soon.
Yes.
to a strange world near you. John and Florence's two daughters, 11-year-old Joanna and 6-year-old Jacqueline, were killed in a car accident on May 5th, 1957. They were on their way to church with their friend Anthony when they were struck by an erratic driver.
The girls were killed instantly while 9-year-old Anthony died on the way to the hospital. It was later discovered that the driver, a local woman who was under the influence of a number of drugs, had intentionally hit them after being forcibly separated from her own children. That is disgusting.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I understand you being emotional, but stay your ass at home. Harm yourself. Like, no, I'm dead serious. Like, I'm serious. I'm staying behind that. If you're not gonna go get help, don't take that out on other
Yeah.
people. Like, that's not their fault that you lost your son. What is that? What is that gaining you?
Nothing.
That's sad. These people lost their children because of you.
Yeah, I agree.
The following year, Florence became pregnant and gave birth to identical twins, Jillian and Jennifer, on October 4th, 1958. Even though they were identical, the girls had different birthmarks. Jennifer had a birthmark on her waist that matched a birthmark that Jacqueline had. She also had a birthmark on her forehead that resembled a scar that Jacqueline had.
When the twins were 3 months old, the family moved to Whitley Bay. 2 years later, the twins started asking for toys that had belonged to their older deceased sisters, despite never seeing the toys before. When their father gave them the dolls he kept in the attic, the twins named them Mary and Susan. These were the same names that had been given to the dolls by their older sisters. Interesting.
Very interesting.
And
Very.
Mary and Susan? What kind of names? I guess.
Regular names.
I know.
Mary and Susan are names of women who work in HR and they hate their jobs. That's what they were doing when they were playing with them too. How's it going today, Susan? Mary, same shit.
Different day.
Different day. Yeah, what happened? Never mind. Like, what happened to normal names? Teddy, Mr. Bobo. After the family returned to Hexham, the girls pointed out landmarks their older sisters had known. They also began to panic upon seeing moving cars, screaming, "The car is coming to get us." They were even afraid to cross the street.
On one occasion, John and Florence listened to the twins while they were talking about the car accident. Jennifer told her sister, "I don't want it to happen to me again. It was horrible. My hands were full of blood, as were my nose and mouth. I couldn't breathe." Jillian replied, "Don't remind me." Don't remind. That's grown. Like, ugh, don't remind me.
Yeah.
Don't remind me. You look like a monster and something red came out of your head.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, that they sound like they're like having a grown conversation
Yeah.
and they're toddlers.
Again, kids,
It's weird,
especially
weird.
identical twins, are creepy.
They are very. You just think of like The Shining.
Yeah. And not to be funny, but they look creepy. Did you see their picture?
Oh, the girls
The girls,
themselves.
they look creepy.
I'm scared to look it up.
They do look like those little girls from The Shining a little bit.
Oh no! What do they look like? Why they don't look creepy now?
Well, and yeah, I'm
A
talking
little
about when
bit.
they were kids.
Yeah, why do their kid pictures? And then Google, I hate Google because Google be doing the most with those like photoshops. They have a picture of them with like their eyes cut out.
Oh
Anyway,
yeah,
it's too much.
yeah.
It's too much. John and Florence claimed that they didn't speak to the twins about their deceased sisters until they were older. However, it is possible that they may have learned about what happened from their 4 older brothers. Skeptics have also brought up the idea that the parents may have planted the memories in Jillian and Jennifer, either consciously or unconsciously. After turning 5, their memories of their previous lives faded and they went on to lead normal lives.
Good for them.
What you think? What you think? Yeah, good for you, Pollock twins.
I do believe in reincarnation, and to me, it's hard to know. But this is with anything, though, who's telling the truth and who's doing it for attention. Because
Oh,
the show I mentioned before on they used to come on Lifetime. Some of those stories, I was like, come on now. Clearly, y'all are just here to be on TV. But
you mean like the family?
yeah,
Like their entire okay.
like I feel like a lot of those parents are like, okay, say this, giving them a story. But all of the ones we talked about today, I do believe.
Yeah.
Because I had the ones you put in there, I had never heard of those before. And they
Oh,
seem
cool.
legit to me.
Yeah. Yeah, they do seem pretty legit, especially if you can actually find facts about that person or like know details that maybe the public wouldn't know or
Yeah.
like that maybe someone close to them like maybe what he like in Marty I just want to say his name again. Marty Martin's his name Marty Marr. In his case, like maybe he told his daughter something intimate, like even more intimate and it was just like, "Oh, this is
Yeah.
real."
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I believe it too. I want to believe in stuff like that. Also because it just proves that there is an afterlife, which I know you're supposed to have faith, you're supposed to have hope too, but it's just cool when you witness like little miracles like that because it's like, oh, okay, science cannot eh, really I mean, you can try to disprove it, but there's no proof that that what you're saying is true either. Just like
Yeah.
you can say, oh, okay, I can try to disprove it. I can say, well, there's no hard evidence to what you're saying either. You have no evidence that their parents coerced. I can't even talk. I tried to use a big word. Coerced them into doing that.
Yeah.
Like, so, I want to believe that
And then even if
I want to
they
believe that, No, go ahead.
oh,
Got it.
I was gonna say you can usually tell if a kid is coerced because they're gonna mess up something.
Yeah.
They're not gonna remember. I don't think a kid, unless they're an actor, can remember like every little detail because you have to stick to this and you have to, if their mom is like, hey, say this, perfect example. It has nothing to do with reincarnation, but was it Balloon Boy? You remember the story? Okay, the little boy, they thought he was in the hot air balloon and the balloon was like in the air and they were trying to get it down. It was like a whole thing. It was all over TV. And come to find out the little boy was just in the house. So
I don't remember
they were
that.
doing interviews. They were on like CNN or something. And the little boy was like, yeah, remember you told me to just hide in he was like, you told me to do this or whatever. And then it
Child.
was just this whole big thing. So kids
He dry snitched. Oh
But I feel
no.
like kids wouldn't be able to stick to a story, and that's how you can to me, that's how I can tell.
Right.
Yeah, or they constantly look to their parents if they forget what to say, and
Yeah, I
that's
was gonna
how
say
some of
that.
those
Yeah.
kids were on that show, but not
Okay.
not
So
all
you
of
didn't
them.
really believe
I didn't believe all
that
of them.
them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Most of them I did, though.
Well, that's all, folks. And thank you again, boss, for that interesting case that spiraled into looking up reincarnation and looking to some other cases. So that was cool concept.
Thank you, Deshaun.
Thank you. Thank you.
Be sure to follow us on Instagram at It's a Strange World Podcast, Twitter at Pod Strange World, and on Facebook and TikTok at It's a Strange World After All. Also, turn on those notifications for our Instagram posts so that you can keep up with our hashtag Myth Mondays and hashtag Strange Saturdays posts.
Yes, we would love to hear from you. Tell us what you think about the concept of reincarnation. Do you believe in reincarnation? Do you believe that these children were actually remembering their past lives? Have you yourself ever, experienced something or felt like you remembered your past life? I said life. In my past life, I was her name from Golden Girls, Blanche Devereaux. Also, if there's anything in the world of strange that you would like for us to cover, any cases, any supernatural phenomena, whatever, let us know. Even if you just want to say, hey there, we will be there. Allergies and all.
Thank you for tuning into another episode of It's a Strange World After All.
Thank you, as always. Thank you, strangers, for keeping it strange with us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.